And you're listening to The Wizard, WZRD 88.3. Tonight is Thursday Night Live, and we'd like to thank the boys from HEMI for coming on down and performing live for us this evening. Thank you so much, guys. I guess the band HEMI, are you big, gearheads? Are you big car fans?
The only guy's really a car guy is Mike, our drummer. He's a mechanic.
He's got those mechanic hands.
Yeah, so he's the only car guy, really. But the thing is, the name was founded on our original bass player, who was a real car guy, so he named it HEMI. So,
but we figured the fast thrash, it worked well, it fit well, and we're sticking with it.
American Kudo, that's what we like the most, the car.
Yeah, a HEMI is American strong, right?
American strong.
Yet you guys are sort of influenced by the British heavy metal. Is that correct?
Totally, yeah. That's what we started off with, like really influenced by the old British stuff, like Maiden and Sabbath, and a lot of that kind of stuff. Even early Deep Purple. That's what we kind of founded our stuff on, at least constructively. And then we just kind of grew from there as members changed and stuff. As new people came in, we had new influences. And like Tim, for example, he brought a whole new element to the band when he came in. So we took some of the British influence that me and Mike are really into, and then Tim brought up more of his progressive style that he's into.
Yeah, I'm into the newer stuff like Revocation and Arch Enemy, some of that In Flames, some of that Swedish sound, but then also some of the new genty stuff. So we bring some of the high quality production into the mix, and we try to bring a new school sound to the old school style of metal. So,
in the band, is there one old school camp and then there's a new school camp, and you guys argue over?
Yes, there is. Actually. So myself, Tim, I would be the new school camp along with our live guitarist Sean, who played with us tonight as well. He's not an official member, but he joins us on stage because two guitars is so much better than one.
Say hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean. But we as a trio, we do the majority of the writing and then the recording, and then Sean will jump in every once in a while and throw in his little taste, and on stage he kills it with us. So
I'm still trying to bribe him.
So we are yeah. So me and Sean are definitely more influenced by the proggier stuff too, and all that. And then I'd say Trent and Guppy are more of the old school guys.
Yeah. So we got some of that old school element, and then it's a good mix because we kind of stay true to like one side and then like add a new flavor to it, like a modern flavor to it. So it's a really good mix, and I think it really came through on our last album, Undivided Intentions. That really showed how two styles can come together and create something awesome.
I guess when you guys perform live, do you happen to play with more like old school style metal bands or the new school bands?
It's all over. It's a mix. Yeah. It's a mix. I love playing with the bands we play with, though. Everybody's very good people. Chicago metal scene, it's tough to break through, but it doesn't even matter because, the bands are also friendly. Everybody's in it to win it, and everybody's fully supportive of each other, and it's just great people to be around.
I mean, that's always great, the metal scene in that, if they love you guys, they're going to come out and support you guys wherever you guys play, whether you're 50 years old or, 80 years old, they're going to follow you guys, to the death.
It's weird. It's like it's not a huge scene as it used to be, but it's a passionate and loyal crowd. It's
underground.
Yeah, people are like, I mean, it's not metal is not as big as it once was, but the people who are into it are so into it, and it's like they're so passionate about it, and they'll stick with you to the end, which is great. We've been doing this 13 years, and there's people from day one who are still with us, So that show is right there through all the ups and downs. People stick through, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I know you guys have a few LPs out or a few EPs or whatever you want to call them. Mm-hmm. You said you're recording one, or you have one in the can. You're ready to release. Could you please tell us about it?
Yeah, we did a tribute to Motörhead, and Tim kind of brought the idea to the band after Lemmy passed. So we're big Motörhead fans.
And the drummer too, the old drummer.
And the
Phil,
Phil Campbell, right? So we love Motörhead, man, and it was the right time to do it. And we just brought this thing. It started off really simple, and then we just really, once we got in the studio, Tim's an awesome producer. Actually, like he's actually our in-band producer, and he has this awesome ear for stuff. And he just the way he turned it up a notch, it was awesome. So we're really excited. We got the final mixes back. And we're going to premiere them on the show right now. We got two tracks.
What we just played live was the Undivided Intentions EP, which is a 6-track EP. We put it out almost 2 years ago now, about 1.5 years, 2 years.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to play that one through. That was the first album with me featured on it. So that's why we played it.
I was telling our engineer that, that you guys produce this in-house, and it sounds great. I mean, it sounds like way professional, for you guys. Do you work as a music producer? Or
No. When he says in-band producer, I guess I just have the ear for the production. We have a producer who's amazing.
Okay.
He's a young guy. His name is AJ Kohler. He works for Tag Music Studios. That's his little shindig, and he is just an amazing guy. And he's super young. He's got super potential ahead of him. But I'm the guy with the ear for, I guess, those things. And basically, I would be the producer if I had all the equipment and I knew how to actually use the stuff. So.
Yeah. What's cool is like Tim's our the in-band vision, and he relays that to AJ, who's our producer and engineer. So it's pretty cool. It's a really good. The two of them work really well together, and I kind of like a lot of times it's really hands off. I trust Tim with what he's doing and what he knows how to. What direction to put us in. So
I may take forever.
Yeah, he does take a long time.
But it sounds good.
Yeah, but the end result's cool. I'd rather wait a little bit and get a great product. So.
It's actually nice having a band perform a Motörhead cover without having to rely on Ace of Spades. So nice job, guys.
We really wanted to pick some songs that weren't as popular. Both of these songs that we chose definitely were singles at one point released, but I feel like a lot of the time you hear the same 2 or 3 songs as covers, and they have such a freaking huge discography. Yeah. It almost is an injustice to not pick a different one. So
yeah,
I guess to be in HEMI, was it a requirement that you had to be into Motörhead?
Well, it's funny because as we say, we're all from different backgrounds. I think that's one of the few bands that we all completely love, and that's why we had to do it.
Yeah, we don't have too many. Like Tim and I have very few bands in common.
Very few.
But Motörhead's definitely one of them, so it works out.
I guess when can we expect that to be released?
Probably about 2 weeks. Yeah, we just got to get Motörhead's people to clear that license on it so we can go ahead and release it, which is fine. Like I already talked to them. And we're pretty much already there. Just have to sign a few last minute papers, and once that goes through, then we can submit it to our distributor, and then it'll be out everywhere.
I believe Motörhead actually makes money off every sale.
Yeah, Motörhead's gonna get paid on this one because that's how. I mean, the law works in a weird way. You can cover anything as long as you get a license, but you're not gonna make anything off it. So you're still gonna. Anybody listening who was a big Lemmy fan, we'll be supporting his estate with the sales of this one, not us.
I guess, did you have to deal with a lawyer, or it was pretty easy? You just had to submit a form, and then they sent you, okay, we take this percentage off of this, or
yeah, no, there's a service that does it, and they're in contact with all the publishing companies, and we just work. There's 3 of them out there, really major ones, and found the best one to work with, and they were pretty cool, and they're pretty fast about it, so. They just, they go ahead and do the paperwork and send me the final clearance, and it's authenticated and everything, and we're good to go after that.
Do you think it's the same process, like if you sampled something? Do you think it's the same process, or it's a different process?
I know sampling's got a weird type of, you only use a certain amount of time of a sample. Like, you don't have to get it cleared, but anything over a certain amount of seconds, you have to have it cleared. So I think that's where it gets a little dicey with sampling, but otherwise I think it's pretty cool. Like it's pretty easy.
Sounds great. Did you guys ever think of covering any other band before, or? I
don't think we did.
No, we don't really do covers live. It's not something that we really do. But we figured if we were gonna do covers, we were gonna do it right. I don't know if we'll do any in the future, but it's definitely been fun, and it's kind of nice to just take a break from the recording process and writing process, I should say, and rest your brain a little bit and just take these tracks and kind of give them our own flair, and I think that's really fun. So hopefully the Motörhead fans like it, and we didn't change them up too much for them. So
looking at your website, HEMImusic.com.
Oh, yes, thanks.
There's a discography page, and it says you have 7 releases. Do you guys still perform any of the older material, or?
No, that older stuff. So like the band's been around a long time, and all those demos, those are early demos. Some of them got reworked and put on the first record. And Larry's song, the closer that we did today, was the first HEMI song ever written, and we reworked it. I mean, so Guppy and I are the only 2 original members left from the first lineup, and we did that first. 2003.
Yeah, 2003. That was good.
Yeah, and then we demoed it, but when Tim came in, we decided let's rework it, and all that crazy layering and stuff you hear in that song, that's all Tim's spin on it, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of the older stuff, I was actually thinking about maybe releasing a B-sides or rarities thing, just digitally maybe, just because that stuff never got to see the light of day with the old members and stuff. So it'd be kind of cool to give them a little some.
And while I'm newer to this band for the last 2 or 3 years,
3 years.
I could say 3 years. Yeah, wow. This band is like family with all these older members that still come around. They still support us, and it seems like it's kind of like a big family. So it's pretty cool.
We're officially 10 members in 13 years.
Is there any particular reason why the older bandmates aren't around anymore?
They all hated Trent.
Were they all too lazy to continue the band, or
I think life got in the way. Some lost the passion for it. I think Guppy and I are just Mike. We're just stubborn. We're just really stubborn. But we love it, man. But I think life got in the way for a couple of guys. They lost their passion for it. But it's like everybody still kind of has an involvement. In heart. We're all still a close knit group of friends, and people come out and stuff. So
they go to the shows.
Yeah, they come to the shows and they support us still. So they're all still around. But we always had a good rapport. There was some ups and downs here and there, but never anything that lasted. It was just a matter of life and timing got in the way.
Are you guys Chicago based or?
Yes, all of us city born.
Yep.
Is it? I mean, do you get sort of frustrated where in the city there's really no places for metal bands to play besides Reggie's Rock Club?
It's limited, It's such a there's so many metal bands in this town, and it's just like you're kind of outcasted in a weird way. There's very few,
which we get, we get it, and
it's not mainstream.
I've often thought what it would be like to be in a band that did some more like bar rock kind of stuff. Maybe someday I'll get into that so I can play some more bars and some more fun venues because I'm open to that too. I like the venues we play. What's that?
Not on my watch.
Not on your watch. But we love the venues we play. We love Reggie's. We play the Abbey, Double Door.
Yeah, we played them all. Everybody's really cool. We got some really good promoters to work with here, and everybody's been really great to us. And the good thing is that we've been around so long, and we have a good reputation in the city. And people, we've always tried to be respectful to venues and promoters. That was always my big thing that I always pushed all the members to do, is just always show respect to anybody booking us or any bands we play with, because that's how reputations are built. So we've garnered a nice following doing that, not only locally but nationwide. We've gotten some radio play all over the country and then internationally too. So it's been cool for a little band from Chicago. Like we've gotten on the radio in 22 countries, and it's a pretty cool feat. Something I'm really proud of. It's one of the things I'm most proud of in this band is that we broke through internationally at points, and that's pretty cool.
Have you guys toured outside of the Chicagoland area?
Very briefly, not too much. It was.
We're debating. We were offered to do some Colorado shows in I think August, and I would love to do that because I haven't been to Denver yet.
Yeah,
it sounds like my dream city.
Yeah, we're definitely been offered a lot of places. It's a matter of making it work. We got some East Coast offers too for the tri-state area as well. So it's just a matter of timing. We're a little older, so we're all working full-time jobs, and we got to make it work for us. So we got to be smart about booking that kind of stuff right now. But we've even been offered international dates too. It's just a matter of making all the things work. Scotland, yeah. We got an offer to come to Scotland. So it's cool. It's all there. It's just a matter of working it out. Yeah. So hopefully in the next few months, maybe the year, we'll definitely have some international stuff, or even a little more outside of Chicago area.
At least outside of Chicago.
Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely be out of here for sure.
It's always nice when you get attention from outside of the Chicagoland area. Like, wow,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it really is. It's very humbling. Like, when the albums come out and people all over the country, buy them, and I'm at the post office shipping the stuff out. Even internationally. I mean, it's humbling. You're shipping stuff to European countries, and you're like, wow, I just can't believe people are getting this stuff out there. But it's great. We're really appreciative of that.
Yeah. It's kind of sad also too that I guess metal outside of the United States is still very huge, and people actually, buy the albums and CDs and shirts and whatnot, and I guess they can actually make a living, playing out, in Europe. But here in the United States, you guys like, could be walking down the street and nobody would care,
Yeah.
But it's picking up again, man. There's a new generation out there. It's a lot of prog and this gent, as the kids call it these days. I'm just joking. We love that stuff, me and Sean. But it's picking up again. It's getting more popular. The scene is growing. So
Do you notice a difference between the suburban metalheads and the city metalheads?
I think there's a lot of kids in the burbs
there's a lot of
who are metal fans. You know, but they don't get too much out there. That's like their venues. They don't get too much to do, or if they do, it's I don't know. I think a lot of them aren't all ages, so a lot of kids can't go. But I think it's just really segmented in the city. That's a problem, you know. It's
like you're either a burb band or a city band.
Yeah, that's
unless
what
you
I thought.
really try at it. It seems like, from my perspective at least.
yeah.
Are any of you guys going to that Toyota Park thing this weekend?
I was offered a ticket for Saturday with a friend. I'm gonna check it out. I'm really just excited for Gojira. They're from France. Those guys are amazing, and that's really the band that I'm pumped for that day. So I'll just lay low, but definitely be up front for Gojira. So.
Yeah, the station got some media passes, so I'll be covering it for the station.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Nice.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's nice to see that, pretty obscure, metal bands playing, a pretty big venue of. Like
Yeah,
Toyota
I mean,
Park.
they went all out for this thing. It's nice to see a 3-day festival in the city for metal. I know they got rid of Mayhem Fest, which was a good one for a while. I miss Sounds of the Underground personally from way back before Mayhem Fest. That was awesome. But this is a 3-day thing. It's definitely more on the hard rock side than the metal side. I would say there's a few really heavy bands in there, but it's definitely more on the, I guess, like the mainstream hard rock. But I mean, they nailed every single big band out there. It's pretty impressive how they put all that together. So kudos.
For Carcass to play a big stage
exactly.
like that's
Carcass,
kind of impressive. Like that's sort of like an obscure grindcore band.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. And yeah, they definitely stick out in that lineup.
But I guess speaking of concerts, this might be difficult for you guys. What was either the first concert that you saw or the best concert that you've ever seen, or the best bill that you guys
I got
ever
mine
seen?
right away.
Go
right
for
away.
it.
I saw Manowar in Cleveland, and it changed my life.
Well, the Warriors of Metal.
I love them. They're my favorite band of all time.
I think the bass player's from Chicago.
No, they're all from New York.
No,
The one guitarist, David Schenkel, he was from Chicago.
okay.
He
Is
was
still in
on
the
one
band?
album, yeah. But he's from Chicago. But the rest, they're all from upstate New York.
For me, that's just really tough. I go to a ton of shows. For metal, I don't know. Between the Buried and Me is a huge favorite of mine, and live, they are just insane. Dillinger Escape Plan is always really crazy live. They're probably the wildest band on stage physically that I've ever seen. And actually, once I saw them both together, but seen them separate too. Then surprisingly enough, I'm a huge hip hop fan, so I go to a ton of rap shows too. And on that side of things, I can go on forever about rap, but we're talking about metal, so I'll shut up.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you want to mention
like Royce the 5'9", I'm a huge fan of.
We got eclectic taste in this.
Yeah,
band,
we're all over the place. Yeah. But
you're not the first person into metal that also.
It's
loves
tough.
rap.
It's tough for us out. It really is tough for us. Who I'm about equally split, and it's so hard to find people I can really talk about both with. But when I do, they're my best friend because I love to blabber about music.
They got that old school hip hop. Something like Ice-T, Public Enemy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Heard about them.
Yep. And now they got this Prophets of Rage with Rage Against the Machine and Be Real and what is it, Chuck D. I'm a huge Cypress Hill fan, so but we'll see. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it to that one. It seems like it's a cover band right now more than anything, but if they write new stuff, I'll definitely be interested.
Were you a Rage Against the Machine fan?
I was a kind of a Rage Against the Machine man. I like their older stuff a lot more. But yeah, huge Cypress Hill fan, huge Public Enemy fan. So putting them all together, I know some people were really disappointed, I guess, because the way they announced it kind of made it seem like it was a rageful reunion.
Rageful reunion.
A rageful reunion.
Rageful
But for me, I was excited, so we'll see.
How about the rest of the band? Any concerts that come to mind that?
For what?
Any particular show that ever came to mind? Say, oh, this
Oh,
was.
Sean's gonna get
I'll
on this.
say the last one I went to with Tim at the Castle Theater was in Bloomington.
Yeah.
That was between the Buried and Me, Animals as Leaders, The Contortionist, and then there was also one like 4 years ago where it was Protest the Hero, Periphery, and Jeff Loomis Band.
Protest the Hero puts on a crazy show too.
And I think Intervals was in one of them too.
Yeah.
Those are probably the two best bills that I've been to in the last maybe 4 or 5
And fun
years.
fact, our producer AJ has a little connection to Protest the Hero, and when I saw them live once, he ended up being on stage doing vocals with them for a song, and I didn't know who he was yet. Who would have thunk a few years later he'd be producing our album? So
The world works in mysterious ways.
Small universe, right?
Very small universe. But we're all one big family in the metal world.
And I guess, what do you guys have coming up? Do you have any gigs coming up, or?
So the plan now is to start working on the next record to write. We're gonna be a little selective. I think that over the next month we're gonna take it easy. After this, we got the release coming out with the
And
Motörhead.
Sean's getting married.
Sean is getting married. So until he's done, he's wrapped up with his honeymoon and all that
He's
stuff.
looking at his watch. It's coming up fast.
It is coming up very fast, then. So congratulations to him. But yeah, after let him settle down and everything, and then we'll book up for late summer, fall, and then we're gonna like I said, we're looking into this Colorado mini tour. So we're looking into a couple of things right now. So like I said, the concentration for the next month is to work on the releases and everything. So.
HEMI's not going to be the wedding band?
No, it's gonna be DJ. Sorry, guys. I tried.
I gotta say, Sean.
I tried to put in a good word.
I gotta say, a lot of our parents like to come to our shows too.
Yeah,
so.
we're very parent friendly. Like we got loving parents who support our art big time.
It's pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Like I think my parents are listening right now. Actually, and I love my parents. They're awesome.
What up, guys?
I don't know. I think my parents are probably asleep. That's okay.
Well, I'd like to thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to come on down. And
Thank you very much for having us.
Yep. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
congrats on the
you.
wedding, and congrats on the upcoming EP.
Thank you very much.
Where can they follow you guys at?
HEMImusic.com is the main website, and then we are on everything. Facebook.com/HEMImusic. Twitter.
That's probably our best one to find new news, I would say.
We're pretty good on Facebook.
Facebook,
Twitter's
yeah.
HEMImusic as well.
Linked up to Facebook.
Instagram's HEMImusic.
We have a lot of fun with our Vine page.
Fine, we are. Oh yeah, we should mention this.
Stars, dude.
We are.
the most fun that we have.
Yeah, we are. We're a goofy band.
We probably spend about an hour working on songs and about 2 hours coming up with the best Vine possible each practice.
If you want to follow us on Vine, it's HEMImusic. We do some wicked stuff in 6 seconds. we're ridiculous on Vine. We're probably the only band who uses it right now. So, no, we love it. We're really social media friendly, and we love interacting with anybody. So yeah, everybody message us, contact, follow, whatever. We love talking to people.
In regards to the music, where can they find it?
Oh, music? It's all over iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Bandcamp, you name it.
And we will have the new tracks on all those
Yeah.
avenues as well.
The new Motörhead tracks will be on there too.
Google Play. Too?
Google Play as well. I mean, if it streams music, we're on it for sure. Just search for HEMI.
So that's HEMImusic.com. There's also a merchandise page on their page if you want to purchase a physical copy.
Or some HEMI hot sauce.
Or HEMI hot sauce.
that's
So,
We got our own hot sauce.
It's really good.
so thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very
And
much for having
Thank
us.
you.
We appreciate it.
Thank
Good
you.
luck. Thank you.